Thousands of kids in Central Texas have their first days of school this week. It's always an exciting and busy time for students and teachers alike. And in tonight's Backstory, Bob Buckaloo returns us to the first day of school in Austin during a challenging decade.
The first day of school in Austin 42 years ago. Looking back at KVUE News coverage of back-to-school stories from the 1980s shows some common themes, such as overcrowding at schools, school busing, and the impact of Texas education reforms. In this 1981 news story, an example of how Austin was dealing with sudden growth even back then, an issue that continues to face some area school administrators even today. KVUE reporter Kay Vinson.
Over 100 sixth graders have been moved into the gymnasium because of a shortage of classrooms. Instead of walls, the only partitions are movable blackboards. And
Another challenge, long rides to and from school on buses. KVUE reporter Michelle Cheney.
School boundaries and the busing of thousands of students continues to be a dilemma for some parents and school trustees. A study has been launched to try and even out any unfairness in busing patterns.
Schools across Texas also had to deal with the impact of education reforms from the state legislature. Among the changes then, students could not participate in extracurricular activities if they were failing a course. It was known as no pass, no play. KVUE reporter Arthel Neville.
Teachers in the Austin Independent School District will now receive higher pay, and sometime during the school year, teachers as well as school administrators will have to take a mandatory competency test.
To the republic for which it stands.
But not all back-to-school stories from the 80s dealt with such serious topics. It's fun to look back at the way school kids dressed back then, and to see the look of bewilderment on their faces as a new school year began. Oh, there's one more thing to think about. Those cute kids in our back-to-school coverage from the 1980s.
Smile, little Ray.
Smiling.
Well, they're in their 50s now. Bob Buckaloo, KVUE News.